Hello, everyone. Welcome to Marriage Mondays with Nick and Trina Brinson. Looking to give you some information that could possibly help your marriage just get better. And we just want to thank y'all for joining us tonight. So, I thank people for coming in.
Okay.
All right. So, with that said, we are coming off of Mother's Day weekend.
We are.
And I just want to let everybody know I wish my wife happy Mother's Day yesterday, and hopefully we did something that she hopefully appreciated as we continue to bring you this information. And also we had a very good weekend, didn't we, Boo?
Mm-hmm.
We went to take the lady and the coach and the lady on the road this weekend, didn't we?
I was trying to figure out where you were going with this. Trying to get the lighting right too. We did. We were honored to share with Pastor Ricky Battle and his church. We hope they benefited it. We certainly enjoyed it.
Yes.
All right, we got Carmela Jefferson, first one on. Good to have you with us.
Oh yeah.
Hope representing the singles. So we'll give time for some other folks to come in. I tried to tag a few people when we were getting started, but we were running behind a little bit, so I stopped tagging. So anybody you could think of right now, Carmela, she's the only one on to go ahead and share, encourage folks to come on in and let them know we have gotten started with the next lesson for Marriage Monday. So we're excited. We represent Crown Kingdom Cultural Center in North Augusta, South Carolina, just outside of Augusta. So we encourage those of you who are watching the recorded version, we encourage you to come visit us at the church. Our bishop is Finus Bush Jr. and his wife, Denise Bush. We are honored to represent them and to share their heart and their passion for marriages and couples, which is what brings us here today to share with you. So you're sharing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wish I hate to stick my hand up there. I want to share from mine too, but I think if you go ahead and get yours shared, and maybe you can share to my page, share it with me, and that way we can let people know we're on. You got it? Yeah, you may have to tag. That's to groups. I don't think you want to share the groups. But I think if you... Did you already post it to your page?
I have not.
Okay, well, maybe do that first. Okay, I know a lot of people join from your page. A lot of your former students and colleagues. So we definitely need to get the word out. We were on last week, right?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. I'm going to stop talking to you so you can get it done. I do think this is a good topic tonight. I think it's very practical. I think the topic we're covering tonight is something that honestly everybody can take away from it. Even our single folks, the concept of setting up routines to galvanize your marriage. You can set up routines to help support your interests. Oh, that was sharing. Carmela sharing. I can't have all the dings. Let me see if I can turn my... I know we had a lesson a while back and I had a lot of notifications coming through because I didn't set it to do not disturb. You see how that's happening? Mm-hmm. You might have to help me out if you see how to there we go. All right, so hopefully that helps. I hated that when I look back on that lesson we had a few weeks ago, and all those, every time somebody shared, we got a notification, and it was disturbing to me. I don't know, it might have been okay for others. Yeah, so we've got several people coming in sharing. I see Myra Christian, Sandra Simmons, who shared a great message yesterday for Mother's Day. Yeah, so if you all will go ahead and share, we'll go ahead and get the audience ready. Get everybody on. What I was saying is, I think even as singles, it's important to set up routines that will help facilitate what you want in your life. Because if your regular routines don't put you in a position to meet people, then it might be wise for you to adjust your regular routine so you can be in position to even put yourself in the path of meeting someone that might display the qualities that you're looking for. So the concept, I think, still can be applied.
Okay. So we're about 5 minutes after, and we're going to go ahead and talk about what we're going to do tonight. Is galvanizing your relationship and your marriage through routines. The word galvanize means to add a layer of protection. Add a layer of protection to protect your marriage against attacks from the enemy. Attacks from the day to day monotony of life. So when you galvanize your relationship, we're going to give you things tonight that will actually help you do that. And you can come up with your own things that help you galvanize your marriage to protect your marriage against all the things that can come up against it.
Yeah, we really just hope to inspire you with our lesson tonight. It's not as much, step by step, something for you to do, but it's to inspire you to figure out what will strengthen your marriage, what you can do in your relationship to adjust those routines or to adjust your life on a weekly basis so that you are strengthening your marriage relationship. I like that word galvanize because even when you're building, you can get galvanized nails or galvanized steel, and that means they are extra strong. They've had an extra layer added to them, a layer of protection. I think often zinc,
Right.
which is a very strong metal, so it's added to the iron or the steel to make it that much more stronger. And it's intentional. It may cost a little bit more to get something galvanized versus one that's not galvanized, but galvanizing something gives you that layer of security, knowing that it's not just strong, it's super strong.
Right.
It can withstand some things. And so it's not going to break under the pressure that a ungalvanized, piece of steel might buckle under. But galvanized means that it's much stronger.
Right.
And you can count on it to be stronger. And so that's why we use that term, galvanizing your marriage.
Mm-hmm. And we know just from our experiences that the routine of life can cause some weaknesses in your relationship. You can continue to go through day to day, and you just living this life, but there's nothing there to strengthen the relationship that you have with your spouse.
I think it's the absence of strengthening that makes a marriage become weak, or it allows those weak spots to show. If you're not intentionally making sure to shore up and to add strength to your marriage, if you're not paying attention to it, if you're just letting it be and not really nurturing that relationship, then weakness is inevitable. And so it takes in being intentional and putting forth some effort, committed effort and regular effort to build your relationship and to strengthen and shore up those weak spots. You might already be aware of some spots that might be weak, but when you neglect your marriage, some of the things that weren't weak before, you'll look up and you'll realize that you're drifting apart and you've got some gaps and some weaknesses in your relationship that make it easy for you to buckle under pressure. And so what we're interested in today is motivating you to be preventive by putting into place some routines that will strengthen your marriage relationship. It'll make your bond tighter, more secure without you having to worry about it being weak when those trials come. Because trials will come, changes will come in life, transitions will come. And if you aren't strong, if your relationship isn't strong, it can take a hit. It can really take a hit. And so when your relationship takes a hit, you want it to be strong so that you can endure it, recover, and come out even better for it on the other side. Mm-hmm. So what we did is we started to think about things that can be done on a routine basis that will strengthen your marriage and make your bonds tighter.
Right.
You want to share some of those?
Well, one thing that we do now, and we've been talking about it a couple of times during the lessons, is a weekly date night. We have held tight
for about 2 years.
2 years now of the weekly date night. And like we say, it's something that we come together and have to plan. You know, there may be things we try to do it on Friday night. That's our standing date night. But then there are things in life that come up on Friday night, and then we plan it for the rest of the weekend. Or we'll go to a day earlier in the week. But we're going to make sure to get a date night in. And the unique thing about our date night is we exchange week to week who pays for it.
Yeah.
That breaks the monotony a little bit.
Well, I would just say that it depends on the couple.
Well, that's true. But I'm saying what we do.
Well,
we can't, you know, these are just suggestions we give other couples. This is what we do.
Well, I can tell you what my parents do.
Okay.
Would you like for me to share that?
Sure.
Well, they've been married 50, maybe 51, 52 years. And I don't think my mom's ever paid for a meal. I'm pretty confident in saying that.
And
ever, not never.
And that's good for Mama E and Papa Anderson.
And it may be good for others as well. Right. So I'm just saying, you know, it depends on how that couple flows. So there have been times in their marriage where she has made more.
Right.
But that's been irrelevant. That's just something that her spouse is committed to. Right. To pay for every meal, whether it was just, you know, the two of them or if it's the whole family. So I just like to share that it doesn't have to be alternating. I don't mind alternating.
No, you don't, because we've been doing it for 2 years.
That don't mean I don't mind because we've been doing it for 2 years. I don't mind because I like to be a contributing party. I don't want to just, be the recipient. I don't mind being the giver as well. Not to say anything bad about my parents because they both give. There's no doubt about that. But I just didn't want you to put it out there like that was the way to go. It could. I
always put out a disclaimer, and we're really not having a disagreement on Facebook, but you can't do it like everybody. Everybody don't have the same routines to their marriage. Right. It just doesn't work like that.
See, Lakeisha says she never paid, period. Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. Mm-hmm. If that's how it works for your relationship. But this is the way we do it, and that's the way Mama E and Papa Anderson do it. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with that. So but the way we do it is it helps us just be together.
Another way it could be done, too, is for there to be a joint pot, as in, or I hate to use pot, but like both of you maybe put in for a fund to, and then use that fund, for your date nights or for your outings or whatever. So there's lots of ways to do it. There's no right or wrong way. It's whatever works within your relationship.
Right. And that's just one of the suggestions we have. Go out on a regular date night.
Well, we talked about when we were planning this lesson, how important the date nights are for us. We do have it set up as part of our routine. Mm-hmm. And the reason we have it set up as part of our routine, we used to try to do it kind of more spaced out. And the more it was just kind of here and there, the less consistent it was.
It was easy to put off.
Yeah. And if I'm mad, I don't really want to go nowhere with you. So that was easy to fall into as well. But with the date nights being weekly, I have to make sure that we have to make sure to try to make sure we are on good terms and to try to, it gives a short window for us to have any discrepancy or to be on outs with each other. We got to pull it together. We know date night is coming up. We are committed to going to date night. Mm-hmm. And so that date night is coming up. I don't want to be sitting there looking at you or concentrating on I want to enjoy it. And so it shortens up the amount of time that we have to kind of tighten up and get ourselves together to kind of check ourselves. And so that has been a big help, and for us to truly be committed to it on a consistent basis, which we have really, really, really done that this year.
Right.
We did a fair job of it last year, pretty good job last year, but this year we have really been on top of it, and it has been something that has strengthened or galvanized our relationship for sure.
Right.
For sure. We know it's coming up and we anticipate, and I think now we look forward to it. And we enjoy it.
Right. It's good nights.
Yeah.
Food's been great.
But
last couple times we've been out, but
ahead.
that's just a side note. The food's been really good.
Okay.
So,
another thing that has helped us, another routine that's been added to our lives has been Marriage Mondays.
Yeah, purpose. This is one of the purpose that we serve as a married couple, as a couple together, is Marriage Mondays. Doing this every week forces us to communicate about what we're going to bring to you every Monday night.
And it makes us have to examine ourselves too. And so it makes us have to talk about topics that we might not talk about as frequently, because even though we've been teaching couples for years, it was not this regular. It wasn't every week. It was spread out. I think we were doing once a month.
Once a month.
Something like that, for a long time.
And then it got to be
less than that.
Once a quarter.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So it just wasn't as frequent. But with it being every week, it has made us, it has forced us to sit down, to plan together and to talk out these issues and kind of put things in order and in perspective for you all. And so it helps us as well. So I think that's something that has actually strengthened our marriage too. And we hope Marriage Monday has strengthened your marriage, because that could be a routine you can put in place as well.
Right. And some people have.
Absolutely.
Some people have actually put this on their Monday night routine. Things to do. Mm-hmm. And we appreciate them.
We do.
All right. Daily walks. This is something that we, as a suggestion to you, we used to do this regularly. Is take walks in the morning. And sometimes in the morning, and it became kind of seasonal. Yeah, because the weather, it gets cold in the Augusta area, so we didn't do it as much. And now that it's getting back warm, it's something that we're probably going to start back doing. Oh,
we definitely need to resume it, but it also helps health-wise too, to get out and to walk. It's quiet. We go in the morning. Some people, I see couples in our neighborhood sometimes that walk regularly in the evenings. Our neighbor across the street, they walk their dog together almost every day. And so that's a routine. That's something they're doing too. The dog has to be walked anyway. So the fact that they choose to do it together builds, it's that routine, and it allows them to have, even if it's just a 10, 15 minute walk, it allows some time together. So those are the kinds of things that we want to encourage you to start thinking about. We do have some other ideas,
right,
of what you can do. That was a segue.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, I'm talking.
Oh, okay. Things you can do, really cooking together. Cooking together makes it where you and you and your spouse have to communicate. Because if the recipe calls for sugar and then you add salt, that's going to be a mess.
Who's doing that?
Well, if you're not really cooking together, you're not paying attention to one another, you might add something that's not supposed to be there. So cooking together could be a great routine thing that two people can do together to make their lives, to galvanize the relationship.
And even grocery shopping. I see couples sometimes in the store grocery shopping together. And it's something mundane, but that is exactly what we're talking about, is finding those things that are mundane, those things that are routine, and making them, using them in a way that strengthens your relationship. It allows you to spend time together. It allows you to think about the same things, to have some of those same experiences. And if you think about it, we used to grocery shop together.
Yeah.
And it's a time to work together as a team to get something accomplished. We can talk about the week coming ahead, what we want to eat, what we like and don't like. And it just kind of flows naturally because it's a task that has to be done. And so
Uh,
there's no pressure on it, but you're still spending time.
I
Yes,
see Elder
Corey.
Simpson
Simpkins.
Simpkins said that grocery shopping together is a must for their house. That's a that's what's going to happen. That's what they do. That's part of their routine.
And I'm gonna tell you, it helps because what was it the other day? Ketchup. Somebody got a little irritated because we didn't have ketchup. Well, there's really only it's not ketchup is not something everybody in the house uses, and people don't contribute to the grocery list that I put on the refrigerator. I can't seem to get any of the other family members to add to the grocery list. So when I go grocery shopping, I have to try to remember, what people like, and I'm not good at that. So shopping together can prevent missing things that you might enjoy. Same thing with my children. I tell them that too, because since COVID, I don't nobody want to go grocery shopping with me. But at least when they would go, I could make sure I'm getting what other people like, not just what I like.
Right.
I just thought I'd throw that in for free.
Throw it in there.
It's in there.
That's a segue of ketchup. That's what we did.
Okay.
Anyway. All right. What else can you do? Taking quarterly trips. If you can afford it, take a monthly trip with each other. Whatever you can afford, investing into your relationship. And taking a trip definitely does help in the development and the galvanization of your marriage.
Even if it's not a trip, concerts or activities that are going on in the community. Things we used to have like Arts in the Heart, or we might have art exhibits, plays, things that are going on in the community, depending on where you live. We do have quite a few of those things here in Augusta, concerts and things like that. So just depending on where you live, take some time and find out what's happening. We used to have like a Hispanic festival. Just something you can just get out the house and spend some time together and just enjoy. Yeah.
Minister Elder Simmons says picnics. Take a picnic.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Great idea. And that's
keep
what
on
we
throwing
want.
them out here.
Yeah,
if y'all got some ideas, we'll send them to the people.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's about tonight. Giving you ideas that will galvanize your relationship.
Picnics are fun.
Right. Yeah, we've done those a couple
and
times.
less expensive than buying your food out. Sometimes, we have bought food and then taken the food to a picnic, which was still enjoyable. But yeah, I certainly enjoy being outside in nature in general. I think is a good way to bond. Even at nighttime, just sitting on the back porch, at the end of the day, or however your house situated, maybe the front porch, or even sitting out in the yard. If you got like a fire pit and some chairs or a table outside, just taking some time to enjoy nature together, making that part of your routine, your week, your way to wind down at the end of the night. Even if it's sitting on the sofa together. We used to do that when we were dating a lot. At the end of the day, watching TV together. Or just sitting together on the sofa and watching TV. Just those routine, mundane things. It doesn't have to be something big and outstanding.
True. I hear what you were talking about, sitting out on the back porch around a fire pit. I hear several of my colleagues talking about, sitting on their back porch around the pool and just kind of listen to the water from the pool run, and they got fountains, and just it's a relaxing atmosphere, especially dealing with the kind of atmosphere we deal with on a daily basis. Sometimes you need your mind to just rest, with each other, and talk about things that's going to be beneficial to the relationship. Don't take a heated topic of discussion to a place you're trying to get some peace. That's not the place for it. That can wait, because peace can come, and then once the person relaxes, then maybe later on you can get to what the business that needs to be talked about in the relationship.
Another activity some couples enjoy together is gardening. Doing yard work together. That's something that has to be done. It's mundane, but it's something that has to be done. You don't have a wife like that?
I'm just saying, have you ever done anything in the yard?
No, never will.
Okay.
But some people really do enjoy working in the yard. So I'm just acknowledging that for those people.
For those folks.
Those that enjoy that. Yeah.
That enjoy it.
You won't have that
Okay, I don't have that kind of wife.
Nope, you don't.
Not at all.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, and that's another point. And I was trying to think of it right quick. What that point was is when you're talking about, things that you can do to galvanize your routine, know what your partner may not really enjoy.
Yeah, and don't try to force it.
That's right. Because actually, we were talking about yesterday when we were taking pictures as a family out at the Savannah Rapids Pavilion. I was like, yeah, we all need to go whitewater rafting. All three of my girls looked at me like I had, I don't know, like I just turned into a monster.
You was talking crazy because you were.
I was like, yeah, we can go whitewater rafting. They were like, I don't know who you're talking to.
You
ain't got that kind of family.
You got the wrong crew for that.
So you gotta know, your spouse and what they may actually want to be adventurous and do, because you can do some adventurous stuff, but you gotta know where that limit is, know where that boundary is, so you don't get into a situation where that could cause a problem. So they may be into art and doing art if that's what they're not going to be comfortable with, but they're willing to do. Right, y'all can do that.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is sometimes you can have your partner do some of the things that you enjoy that they might not right off want to do. Sometimes you can talk about and compromise and say, well, for example, you're not going to get me to white water raft, but I would be open to considering zip lining. That's out of my comfort zone. But if that's not saying I will, I'm just saying it would at least be worth the conversation to maybe to have during those times when you're spending time together, talking about those things that you might be willing to do together.
And like I'm just gonna say, it is worth the conversation to have, because if you don't want to do it or I don't want to do it, it's off the table. It's just something that we're not
I don't
do.
mind you whitewater rafting with your friends, which you've done before. I don't have a problem in the world. I'm not going to do anything to stop you. In fact, I'm going to support you in that. But I don't want to be browbeaten into doing something that I'm just 100% not comfortable with.
And so that's why I'm bringing it to the people. Don't do that to your spouse. If they're not comfortable with doing something and just don't want to do it, move on. There are millions of things in the world that y'all can learn to do better.
That's exactly right.
Don't stay there and be like, oh.
It's good to try new things together.
Yeah, it is,
because that's a way of bonding, really,
and creating routines. Okay, this weekend we're gonna try something new, and then y'all just like our daughter came up with the
popsicle stick dates. Yeah,
you can use that if you.
Well, nobody knows what it is yet. You gotta tell them what it is.
All right, a popsicle date is you write down an idea on a popsicle stick,
activities,
and you put all these ideas in a can or something that can hold popsicles, sticks, and you pick it out, and that's what y'all do.
Whatever it is.
Just like for new adventures, something new that you want to do on a certain given date time. Okay, what new we going to try this week? So you're reaching your popsicle stick, pull it out. Oh, okay, we going to bake a cake tonight. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So that's what y'all will do. That's what the date is.
Yeah.
So, it's ways to get around the creating something new, and that just creating something new and doing something new can be part of your routine.
Yeah.
And that would definitely galvanize you, because it's something new that both of you are doing, and it'll be good for the relationship.
Yeah, it is. So did we make it to 7:30? I know we had a short lesson.
Yeah, it's 7:30 now. We're close to it.
Okay.
But, so it's good to learn to do things that galvanize your relationship. These are things that you can do along with your spouse, your husband and wife, that will help build your relationship and strengthen spots in your relationship that may be weak. And when things come up against a relationship, it won't break down so easy.
Well, I guarantee you, if you're not doing anything intentionally together except just kind of going to work, taking care of the kids, going to bed, even if even sex is not enough. Granted, that's a bonding activity, but that alone is not enough to maintain closeness in the relationship.
Right.
So we encourage you to do these, to find some things that you can do together, things you can create together and put into your home. That's always a good idea. Like the paint and sip.
Right.
Well, that's not routine. That would be something you maybe could do as part of your routine date night. But you want, just like the picnics, it's something, an idea of something that you can do. But it fits into your routine of having those moments to spend together.
Yep.
So if you don't do it, I promise you it will impact your relationship in a negative way. But if you do take the time to routinely nurture your relationship in the manner we're talking, it will strengthen the relationship as well. It constantly gives you opportunities to have an audience with your spouse. It gives you opportunities to share your feelings and to share your ideas. And you can always look forward to that. And it makes it where you're not fighting about not having time, because it's already built in. Every relationship is different.
It is.
So feel free to put in the comments ideas that you may have, even as people are listening back to this recording. It can only help and inspire somebody else for you to share maybe some ideas that you have for turning those mundane activities into something that actually strengthens your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that's all we have tonight, Coach Brinson.
All right, ma'am. And I just want to say happy Mother's Day to those mothers that are out there, that do it day in and day out.
Mm-hmm.
Some with a spouse by their side and some by themselves.
Yep.
So we just want to pray for your strength, and you continue doing what you need to do to be the kind of mother you're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm. Mothers, aunties, godmothers, everybody, even teachers. I mean, there are teachers that don't have kids, but you can't tell me it's not a form of parenting, especially in the younger, well, really at all ages.
Right.
So there's so many women that are not physically or biologically a mother that do a lot of the same things that us mothers are doing as well. So I always try to make it plain that Mother's Day is about celebrating those women who help us mother our kids, because we have several in our lives, women that have helped with our children as well.
Right. So I just did want to send out a shout out to Apostle Ricky Battle and his church for welcoming us this weekend in our first marriage enrichment seminar that we've given, as the lady and the coach. And the name of his church is Kingdom Generation International Ministries in Thompson, Georgia. So, Pastor Battle, you and your crew members, thank y'all for welcoming us with open arms. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, with that said, from the lady and the coach, we love y'all. Good night.